Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. On today's video, I am going to hop into the winter and Christmas DIYs and upcycles from thrifted finds. You'll have to bear with me just a little bit. I did something to my back on Monday and I wish it was more dramatic than this, but I think I just turned the wrong way while I was in the kitchen. Did something to my back, which is kind of a reoccurring injury. Monday and Tuesday, I had some pretty sharp pain, and Wednesday, Thursday, until today, Friday, it's dulled out a little bit, but I've had to limit my movement, but I still wanted to get a video out for you guys. In this video, I will be using the IOD Christmas Valley transfer. Most stockists did sell out of this, but in case you did happen to grab one, I wanted to give you some ideas. And if you're not able to get this IOD transfer set, you can apply these same methods to any transfers that you would have, anything you can find from Amazon. Do not be discouraged. I just want you to be encouraged to create. Guys, this fall Christmas season can get so busy. I know, like the calendar is filling up for me and my 3 kids. So I wanted to encourage you to create, take care of yourselves, make something and have a creative space. Guys, thank you for joining me and let's get started. So for my first project today, I'm working on this very light wooden basket that appeared to have some reindeer on it. It didn't necessarily need to be for Christmas, but I paid 99 cents for it and decided that I wanted to do a fun little transfer from the IOD Christmas transfer book. So I'm just going over this wood with 1 coat of little black dress. The thing about like raw wood projects, the DIY paint is so pigmented that I'm very happy with just 1 coat on these raw wood projects. So I just did 1 coat of that and then put a layer of Big Top over the top of it. And you'll see right here that it covers the color really well. But you will see later that there's a little indentation from the little reindeer thing that was on here. So that's okay because I kind of wanted to use that same book that I used in last week's video to do some cool effect on the top of this. So I grabbed my liquid patina from DIY. It's a great decoupage medium, and just decoupaged the book on here and then found a great IOD transfer, and I really think this box turned out cute. This next project was this wooden crate shaped kind of like a house kind of a thing that I thrifted a long time ago, so long ago that I had taken the price tag off. I have no idea how much I paid for it, but I gave it a good washing, and I did learn with this hand painted stuff just to go out and use my orbital sander to get some of that paint off, just so you don't see the different edges, and just did one coat with little black dress and did a top coat, a big top to seal it up before I found another transfer from the IOD Christmas transfer. Now, unfortunately, this season's Christmas transfer from IOD is basically sold out from all the stockists. I did let you guys know a while ago that I did manage to grab it and that I'd be doing a bunch of stuff with this one, but I do want you to consider you guys can go to Graphics Fairy and print out some graphics from there. You can buy from Amazon some of the cheaper transfers. So I don't want you to think that you just have to be stuck with IOD. They happen to be my favorite. I don't sell them, but they happen to be my favorite for quality. But don't think that you can't use this as an inspiration to come up with your own project. I just want to kind of jumpstart you so that you guys can do your own creating. This next one I've been wanting to do for some time after seeing different inspirations on Pinterest. I made this doily pumpkin in another video, but decided what if I did something to the back of this, put a frame around it, and made it two-sided. Now I am keeping this piece for myself, so this is kind of like a prototype to see if I like this style. So I'm just putting some white paint on the background. I happen to be using bead board because that's the white paint I have open right now. And if you use DIY paint, you do need to do a top coat to seal it in so that it cannot be distressed back. The good thing about DIY paint is you can distress it back and change how the finish is, but you need to seal it when you're done with your distressing. So I have the other half of that spindle that I used on the other side, and I was going to use that as a trunk for a tree. I did, oh my gosh, it was such a good estate sale. I got this whole bag of this vintage lace for like $10 a while back. It was such a good estate sale. And I've been wanting to do some type of a Christmas tree. I found this little flower for the star, and there were just so many options. And I don't even know if I'm happy with what now that I'm looking back. Look at that one on the bottom. That looks so cute with that little swag. Did I choose the right one? Well, the fun part is I can just pull this up if I want to change it. This is mine, and this is a prototype, so I'm seeing if I like this design at all. So I do finally decide on 3 different laces that I like, and I use spray glue. I spray it on the ribbon, get it down to the burlap, and then I use some hot glue on the burlap, and then I decided to paint the wood that I'm using skeleton key. It is a grayish blue neutral that I love for both fall and winter, so it'll match both sides when I have this up in my house. A tip that somebody gave me is to make sure you clean the tip of this every time. You know, you would think that that's an obvious thing to do, but I don't think I did that last time. So it did spray much better with cleaning the tip. Hot glue this on, and again, I think I should have used some different lace on there, but that can be changed. In all, I'm loving this prototype. It is for me, and I love that it's two-sided, so I don't have to store twice the things. I can bring my pumpkin out for fall, flip this over when it's officially winter time. And basically what I did is I cut these 1x2s on my chop saw in the basement. And you guys will have to bear with me because I do have a back injury, so walking back down to the basement, and I don't know that this piece was specifically square. It was a scrap piece to begin with. So it's a kind of a rough framing, but I did it because it's for myself and I'm fine with it, and I can always pull it apart and try it again. But this was my little prototype. What do you guys think of this one? Do you think it would sell? Another thing that I've always wanted to make is one of those Shabby Chic Christmas trees. I found this for $1.99 a while ago and thought it would be a good form for a Christmas tree. So I cut off the little round thing on the bottom and realized the whole thing could come out and I could make the whole thing shorter. So I just used my wire clippers to cut these little bamboo sticks, and then this attachment is actually wire. So I cut them down to the size that I wanted them to be. Then I took this outside with the spray glue and sprayed the tree so that the drop cloth would stick to it and make this a lot easier, and cut the pieces so that I could make this go around smoothly. And I was okay that some of the seams were there with the drop cloth. I wanted it kind of to be a nice little shabby chic tree. I did use hot glue to get these seams where I wanted them to be. It was just a lot easier to use the spray glue on that wicker tree underneath. So I'm using fabric scissors. Guys, get yourself some good fabric scissors. It makes life so much easier when you want to make some good cuts. I rounded out the bottom. This was all going to be covered up. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't see that wicker underneath. And so I put some of the ribbon along the bottom for a cute little hem. And then one of my videos, I took apart a lampshade and it happened to have this little beading on the bottom. And guys, I did not throw it away because this is exactly what I imagined for it. I thought it'd be a sweet little garland for a shabby chic Christmas tree. So I just played around with this with some hot glue, got it the way I wanted it to lay, covered up that ribbon with just old lace, and this is the result. In last week's video, I painted a wooden bowl black and distressed it. This week, I wanted to take this old Crate and Barrel wooden bowl I thrifted for $3. It's in super rough shape. Wanted to do skeleton key on here, and see, this bowl has a little bit higher side, so I wanted to see what it would look like with some transfers on it. This is the second coat of paint. You can see it dries much lighter, and then when you put the second coat on, it's a darker look, and after you cover it with Big Top, the color ends up somewhere in between the dried color and the wet color. Then I got a scrap piece of drop cloth, did some wet distressing so that it could look a little bit worn before I covered the whole thing in Big Top and found a transfer to put on it. I'm not gonna lie, this transfer gave me a little bit of a headache because it was up and over the side of a round surface. But in the end, I felt it turned out pretty good. Where things kind of didn't finish up, I just layered on another pine cone. Make sure your big top is dry all the way so that your transfer does stick, or your top coat. And then remember, if you do have little places that don't look right, you can go over the whole thing with 220 grit sandpaper to make it look aged, and you can layer with other transfers to kind of cover up some mistakes. So what did you guys think? Did you have a favorite? I don't know what my favorite is for this week. I do know that I'm really getting into the Christmas mood. This coming Monday is Halloween, but my hope is Sunday before that to go ahead and flip my booth, put anything Christmas that I have in there, and I will hopefully be able to update you over on my Facebook page. So if you want to see the more nitty-gritty and daily details, go check me out on my Facebook page, Create Your Own Cozy. If you guys enjoyed my content, I would love it if you would subscribe, hit that notification bell to all so that you get updated every time I upload a new video. If you like this video, give me a like and let me know in the comments below what your favorite project was. Guys, I am so excited to be feeling better. The back is relatively okay, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thank you.